Hello students, today we are going to explore a very interesting and important topic, natural vegetation of India. This topic useful for exams, but it also helps us understand how climate and geography shape the plant life around us. Natural vegetation refers to all plant life that grows in a region without any human interference. That means trees, grasses, and shrubs that develop naturally without being planted by humans. Remember, crops and orchards are vegetation, but they do not count as natural vegetation. The first scientific classification of India's vegetation was given by Champion and Seth. They divided Indian forests based on factors like rainfall, temperature, altitude, and soil. Their classification is still the basis for forest studies today. Hello students, today we are going to explore a very interesting and important topic, natural vegetation of India. This topic is not only useful for exams, but it also helps us understand how climate and geography shape the plant life around us. Natural vegetation refers to all plant life that grows in a region without any human interference. That means trees, grasses, and shrubs that develop naturally without being planted by humans. Remember, crops and orchards are vegetation, but they do not count as natural vegetation. The first scientific classification of India's vegetation was given by Champion and Seth. They divided Indian forests based on factors like rainfall, temperature, altitude, and soil. Their classification is still the basis for forest studies today. India, we broadly classify natural vegetation into four categories: tropical forests, subtropical forests, temperate forests, mangrove forests. We'll take up each one by one, starting with tropical forests. These forests are found in regions where it rains a lot, more than 250 centimeters annually. The temperature stays warm, between 25 to 27 degrees Celsius, and humidity is always high. These forests grow in areas like the Western Ghats, Northeast India, and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Trees here are tall, dense, and remain green throughout the year. Common trees include white cedar, jamun, mahogany, and ebony. These forests grow in areas where rainfall is slightly less, about 200 to 250 centimeters. The temperature is almost the same as evergreen forests, but the humidity is slightly lower. You'll find these forests along the western coast, in Assam, Odisha, and some parts of the eastern Himalayas. Tree species include Eni, Semil, Kadam, Rosewood, and Kusum. Now let's move to the moist deciduous forests, which shed their leaves in the dry season. They grow in areas with rainfall between 100 and 200 centimeters, and they cover a large part of central and eastern India. You can see them in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, West Bengal, and even in the Shivalik range. Trees like teak, sal, mahua, and bamboo are commonly found here. These forests grow in deltas and estuaries, especially where rivers meet the sea. They are also called mangrove forests and are found in salty or brackish water. These forests can survive in both fresh and salty conditions. Trees like sundari, rhizophora, and screw pines grow here. They play a key role in protecting the coastline and provide breeding grounds for fish and other marine life. In drier regions, we find dry tropical forests. Let's look at two types. First, the tropical dry evergreen forests. These are found along the Tamil Nadu coast. Here, rainfall is lower, about 100 centimeters, but trees still manage to stay green due to coastal moisture. Common trees are khilni, jamun, tamarind, and neem. Second, we have tropical dry deciduous forests. These are the most widespread forests in India. They grow in areas receiving 100 to 150 centimeters of rain. Trees like teak, tendu, and palas are found here. In the driest regions of India, we find thorn forests. These grow in areas with very little rainfall and high temperatures. You'll find these in Rajasthan, southwest Punjab, western Haryana, and the Kutch region of Gujarat. These forests have trees like babul, neem, cacti, and khair, which can survive even in extreme dryness. Now let's move up in altitude. In the Himalayan foothills and some southern hills, we find subtropical forests. One type is the subtropical broadleaved hill forest. These are seen in the eastern Himalayas, Nilgiris, and Panni hills between 1000 to 2000 meters. Rainfall is moderate, and trees like oak, chestnut, sal, and pine grow here. Pistacia. In the western Himalayas, between 1000 and 2000 meters, we find subtropical moist pine forests. The most common tree here is the chirpine. Then, we have subtropical dry evergreen forests found in places like the Bhabar region, Shivaliks, and lower Himalayas. Here, rainfall is between 50 to 100 centimeters. Trees include olive, acacia, modesta. At higher elevations, between 1800 to 3000 meters, we find montane wet temperate forests. These forests get heavy rainfall and remain cool and moist throughout the year. You'll see these in parts of the eastern Himalayas, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala hills. Trees like deodar, Indian chestnut, birch, and blue pine dominate this region. Next, we have Himalayan moist temperate forests found between 1500 to 3300 meters. Here, you'll find tall conifers like pine, silver fir, cedar, and spruce. Above that, in the inner dry Himalayas, grow dry temperate forests. These have hardy trees like deodar, chilgoja, oak, and olive that can survive the cold and dryness. Mangroves are special forests found along coastal and deltaic regions. They grow in salty or brackish water and have aerial roots that stick out of the soil to help the trees breathe. Mangroves protect coastal areas from erosion and act as breeding grounds for many fish and birds. Common trees include sundari, screw pines, and nipa palm. Let's look at where mangroves are found in India. I'll not just list names, but also tell you the region and the state. Sundarban is in West Bengal, Godavari and Krishna deltas are in Andhra Pradesh, Ratnagiri is in Maharashtra, Gulf of Kutch is in Gujarat, Kundpur is in Karnataka, Vembanad is in Kerala, Kaveri Delta is in Tamil Nadu, Mahandi Delta and Bhitarknika are in Odisha. Mangroves of Andaman and Nicobar are in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. To sum it all up, India's vegetation varies greatly due to differences in rainfall, temperature, and altitude. We have tropical rainforests, dry thorny regions, cold temperate forests, and even salt-tolerant mangroves. Each type of forest has its own ecological role and biodiversity. This topic is frequently asked in NDA exams, so make sure you understand the regions, forest types, and associated trees well. That's all for today's class. Keep revising and stay curious. Jai Hind.